Libra, welcome into your general monthly reading. We are here to talk all about the month of July and basically give you some insight in regards to what lies ahead. So with that said and done, as you can see, we have three main Queen of the Moon Oracle cards on the board. And so jumping into your main energy, extremes, and then we have assessing on the right side, and then wisdom. So Libra, I feel like July is a month where you are grand in energy, all right? You are stepping up to the plate and doing what you know needs to get done or you know is needed the most otherwise. I feel like you are really large and in charge at this time, and people are feeling this in different ways. You know, some people are naturally, intimidated by your large presence, your confident energy, maybe even sassy energy, but it does feel like the majority of the energy is perceiving you, watching you, maybe watching your content online for some, are eating it up. There's kind of an awe about you that's being felt, that's being seen even. There's a sense of your presence being extremely bold and captivating, to the point where at times you're receiving exactly what you want and or need in the moment. But I wouldn't be surprised if people are feeling magnetized towards you. Again, those who aren't feeling intimidated, excuse me. But if somebody specific has been, holding back or a bit intimidated by you, I see maybe that specific energy coming around and wanting to associate with you more. Anyways, this will be a month, Libra, where the extremes of things within and outside of you are really playing into things. Your mood may fluctuate, your motivation levels, your interest or attraction when it comes to this and that within your life. One moment you might be interested in the work at hand, the next you're not. And then it's like, oop, now I'm feeling quite interested and committed to the work at hand. And so they're saying just kind of flow with how things come and go, and maybe remember, or in a new sense, notice where your control lies. So maybe we can work these extremes more to your advantage. But wisdom on the left-hand side, because my Librans, this is a month where you are standing out in the crowd for being a wise soul, for somebody who really has a lot within them experience and knowledge-wise. And I'm also hearing awareness-wise, but you don't seem 1000% happy at certain rare points. And those are the moments where you need to check yourself, separate yourself from something or somebody, or just do what you know you need to do to kind of uplift yourself or get back to that happy, joyful state of being. Because overall, interesting we mentioned that first, in a constructive sense, overall you're happy throughout the month. The majority of the month you were quite happy, but then you can't help but feel affected by this or that, or just, you might wake up in a little bit of a mood here or there. Nobody's perfect. But assessing is talking about you being in this extreme observant energy. You're noticing way more than before, and this is going to assist you. Now, this will help you at certain points when it comes to important dodging, when it comes to avoiding. I feel like you're even going to be noticing things that people don't think you're noticing, and then you can proceed with strategy. Now, I'm also feeling sort of this energy of you listening more, observing more, of course, like we just said, but it's this very ear open. Oh, I've got both my ears open if you feel the need to share, okay? If you want to tell me what you're going through, if you want to update me on work matters or business related matters, home situation matters, you're listening very clearly and you are responding less, you're sharing less yourself. There's a sense of you more so, whether you realize it or not, you're mastering the art of assessing, observing, and absorbing, period. Because I feel like some of you typically will just naturally overshare, and I'm a Leo, Libra. Ooh, am I guilty of that? Anyways, what else do we have for Libra to continue? The Eight of Swords. Where do you feel limited, trapped? There's something about a release of something previously, or the progress of over time releasing something is going to leave you feeling more than ever free and less weighed down. But then there's necessary reflecting taking place where you feel limited, okay? Now, I also want to say that you are, okay, really affected by energy in the chest area. It really feels like tight at certain points where, as you could hear and feel in that moment, I kind of couldn't really breathe. But after that negative message, I really feel like you are going to be thinking about how to turn this in the reversal and how to be free as can be. The Queen of Wands, better put over here, says that you are a passionate soul. No shocker there. But the Hermit card on the right-hand side says that especially when you're in your own lane, when you are keeping to yourself, when you're by yourself, even physically, you are more than ever paying close attention, and people are looking at you in a different light. People are seeing you as someone who is bigger than they once thought, than they gave you credit for. First of all, you're changing, Libra, and you're becoming more of this large presence along your path. And you can even feel and sense this, and maybe you love it for some. But it feels like people are looking at you in this sort of, what in the world has changed? Is this actually who I've been associated with? Is this who I've known? And at least the answer to the last question is no. You're different. You're new. You are reformed or rediscovered. And so people may feel like they have to now assess, observe to understand more, to be more aware. But maybe they just kind of want to get to know the new version of you more. Beautiful. But there's a sense of your wisdom, your intelligence, and even spiritual knowledge intertwining with your passionate way of being and creating a sense of great influence for others. Absolutely beautiful. As I feel you have a lot to say, a lot to share, which could play into you oversharing. But you have a lot to provide, even creation-wise, that will set the tone for others, will maybe create inspiration in the lives of others. There's just a sense of you kind of, it's like this new balance is being created between the utilization of your wisdom, your voice, if you will, what you have to offer, and then also being more observant and less vocal, more ear open once again. Interesting. And so again, this might be one of those extremes that plays into your Libran path, where they're saying the extremes aren't always bad, you know, even at times they're necessary. But then what about kind of rediscovering a sense of, all right, maybe normalcy for yourself is what I'm hearing. Some of you don't want the normal, but it's more about that message communicating. What about sort of eliminating the extremes in one or two areas of your life and seeing things kind of just be more smooth, okay? Less sort of up and down, back and forth. But the Three of Pentacles is going to be over here. Yeah. Anyways, and so I feel like you're being noticed once again, paid very close attention to, you know, for your wisdom. I sense that you are really keeping a close eye on yourself as well, knowing when you're about to maybe give into a bad habit, doing something to prevent that, noticing how you're feeling in regards to this and that. You are more so taking care of yourself in one if not multiple ways, and now you're paying close attention to how you're better feeling. Some of you, it's to say you've been talking to somebody recently and throughout this month, and you feel off when you associate with them. You are left feeling drained or anxious when you associate with them. I'm not saying that means this person or those people have no place in your life moving forward, but it's about noticing the positives and the negatives of your own energy, way of being, feeling, even how you're proceeding due to this and that that you choose to have in your life or associate with or utilize is what I'm hearing. So moving on to the Nine of Pentacles on the right hand side of your reading, Aquarius, because the month of July feels quite independent, and this plays into your assessive state of being or assessing state of being. But you may as well find there's something about obsessive energy, whether somebody obsesses over you, obsesses over something that annoyed them or something that's happened in their life. There's a feeling of you maybe being a reminder to other people that everything needs to be done in moderation. Even if it seems like a positive, can be too much. It can be overwhelming. It can create the wrong kind of energy. 1022, look up the angel number meaning. The Ace of Pentacles, because I feel like you are gaining opportunity throughout July. You're gaining new money and you're gaining, let's just say, hands of assistance. But I want to as well say, okay, I just heard the hands of growth. It's like hands-on growth is taking place. Your hands may be relevant otherwise as well. But when the new money comes in, please spend it wisely. Please save it wisely. But we'll save those messages for your money and career monthly read. So let's pull one for the middle. The Eight of Wands. The month of July is going to go by in a flash. You will feel like this is just also one of the extremes. Time goes by quickly. At other points, it goes by really slow. But you will as well feel very much like a chatterbox at random points. And at other points, you have nothing to say, but you do. Or it just feels that way. Other points, it may feel like spirit's really keeping your mouth shut to maybe initiate more of this observant energy. But I wouldn't be surprised if that also plays into the prevention of you oversharing or maybe over exuding. Because I feel some of you are at risk of over exuding when you're, say, over caffeinated or just feeling more alive, more with it, more personable. We need you to just level things out, all right? Have the energy, have the motivation, that spark, that passion, obviously. But just don't give off so much energy to the point where it puts people off at times and then drains you extremely. But the Temperance card coming out over here, because there's certain things that you deal with in a very independent, solo kind of way that really calls for your patience to be dug for. But I'm also sensing that at certain rare points, it's like the extreme of your energy takes over where you feel heavy, you feel weighed down. It may feel like there's cinder blocks on your feet or you're just, it's like things just feel heavier, if that makes sense. You feel heavier and then you feel like you have angel wings. You feel like you're walking on a cloud and Spirit's saying, we're helping you by also creating some bit of extreme in that sense. But as well, I feel like you are noticing certain things in a moment of silence, in a moment of observation, where you have to have patience. Let's just give it a moment as this, I think it's a fruit stand or a drink stand. Anyways, as the beeping's done, I'm now hearing beep, beep, I'm coming through. Beep, beep, I'm coming through. You are going to be in that mode, that kind of energy, maybe even saying that at certain points throughout July. But I also want you to remember the benefits of holding your cards close to your chest. We kind of spoke upon that already, but there's a feeling of you also needing to remember that you're this extreme trustworthy energy as people are stepping into your energy field with this sort of closed off, I'm not sharing sort of energy and way of being. And then you create this trustworthy energy. They notice or remember that you're trustworthy and they open up to you. Okay, they share. But I do also feel like you're thinking about who you can actually trust. And I would not be surprised if there's more than one person where you feel you can partially trust them, but you partially can't. All right, that is just the reality of certain people. But let's pull a couple more right for the top. Ooh, the Nine of Cups. Libra, you're gaining some sort of wish fulfillment throughout July, and it doesn't feel to be the major energy, but you are glowing, my friend, because of it. Okay, at other points you're glowing for other reasoning, but you are golden, I feel the need to say as well. There's a sense of your confidence shining bright. You're, again, bold, you're courageous, you're taking charge. And again, you, my friend, are this large and in charge kind of energy. And I know that the month really highlights once again the extremes in different forms and different levels. But you're standing out in the crowd for your wisdom, for your presence, for your energy, for the change that you've been going through. And you're noticing a ton throughout the month once again. My large and in charge Libras, this month is meant to really help you gain, change, and look forward and expect the best. July, my friends, may feel a bit all over the place and like a lot, but it's going to speed on by. Again, the month of July is a time for you to be large and in charge. All right, my Librans. So those are your random messages for the month of July. I hope they were truly helpful. Keep an eye out for your monthly July money and career read. That will be happening in the upcoming days. I am sending you all of the love and light. Take care, Libra.